you don't.
Yes, I do. Oh, I can't turn it that fast. I got a Greg. No, I'll get you now. I'll turn it. There he's going. Oh, he's sneaking. He's being quick. Hi, Olga. There we go. Better late than never. Yes, we can. Greg's got fancy new clothing. So hopefully my link is okay because I've used up the majority of my unlimited data. So they're sending at a lower speed. That's we'll go this way then. Albert says hi, Greg.
Hello.
Oops, we can turn it so you can see you. There you are.
Hello.
So you have to tell me, Albert, is the speed slow or messed up on our sending? Because I've overused my data and I'm too cheap to replenish it because the end of the month is very soon. But look what Greg is wearing.
I am now silk garbed.
He is. Did you see? Silk. Now you can chase him and accuse him of being part of the Varangian Guard.
Maybe I was.
Yeah, you have to explain that for those who don't know the Varangian Guard thing.
I shall. As soon as I can talk. I can't talk and walk so easy
Nope,
at the moment.
we're breathing. Greg's recovering. I see a rune over there too if I turn it. Let's see. Kiwi says you're fancy.
Indeed.
Mr. Fancy.
I'm fancy Viking now.
Yeah, Charlotte's here. She says hello, Greg.
Hello.
Albert says, so now I can accuse you. That's how we do it.
Yeah, at least my entire garment isn't silk.
That's right, although Heidi's got a dress that's all silk too. Look,
Well,
it's a Runa.
That means Runa's member of the Varangian Guard, doesn't it?
I almost put you on the list. I didn't know if you were going to still be here. So you're the and more, as in Karin, Karl, Greg, and more. You're always more. Did you see? Greg's socks are now a part of the display. There you go. These one pair of this one sock will never be repaired. But I can tell the story of the socks here now. If you don't know before, I had these really long pair of socks that I made once, and there was somebody who desperately needed socks, my friend Chesh, and she didn't have, oh, there you go. That's kind of a smart way to do it. Runa's not too stupid, is he?
I'm not as stupid as I look.
Not as stupid as you look. No. So, anyway, if I don't make anyone sick by turning so fast. These were like knee-high socks or just under the knees, and somebody needed socks, but she's got tiny feet, and these are like massively huge feet. Greg, you have massively huge feet, by the way. So we came up with the idea of I can cut them off here, and she can have the top part as leg warmers, and I can kind of put them back up on to make regular socks with later. So she did that, and then Greg's like, but I have massive feet and they fit me. So then I had to quickly add on some more in the opposite direction. The only thing that's original on this sock is here. And then Greg had them for about a week. And this happened. The other one was much, much worse. But because this is an afterthought heel, as I call it, basically you're making the sock top down or bottom up, doesn't matter, but you leave a gap to put a heel in later. But because it's an afterthought heel, the heel can be added on like that. You can just cut this away, find the end yarn, and put it back on. And the same thing with the toes. You cut it off here, and you can bind them back on. So then we got our needle binding in early today.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah! Usually it's all Viking. It's like, oh crap, we have to do needle binding. But anyway, although I did, this did actually go a little bit into the part where it splits. So to get it back up there, I did actually have to do a little bit of weaving, over stitching.
You know what I really like?
Yeah?
They might be my old socks, and I might never get them back.
You're never getting them back.
But
yeah?
you've made me even more wealthy. You've given me blue socks.
I did it intentionally because I wanted the patching to really show up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
you've
went
made
with
me
the
more
expensive.
wealthy. It's awesome.
I know. If you're going to repair, you might as well use the good stuff. Make those patches really sing for you. So there you go. Wear the socks to death, writes Charlotte. I love it. Speaking of socks, and by the way, Peruda says, hi, it's a sweltering day here. She's baking a tart and finished her hobbit corset. It's so cool. She's going to be a sexy hobbit goddess. So,
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, she is. You have to see. All right, so we got to get you over there, Greg.
Over where?
somewhere out in the light so we can take a
Okay.
look at your feet.
Okay.
We can go, I don't know, here's pretty good. Then I have a nice ledge to put stuff on, including the phone thing. Okay, do like that. All right, so Greg, what do you have on your feet?
Now, is it sacrilege if I take this
No,
off
you
and-
take them off. Look! He's been wearing them a couple days, so he knew he had to stay for YouTube today.
Yep.
Peruda socks. Look at that.
I will admit the heel is a little bit high on me.
Ah, that's okay, but it's gonna felt. I know what you do to socks. But look, okay, now you've been wearing them for how many days now? Don't lie.
Wednesday I started.
Okay, look, they're still there. Okay, these are the Teflon socks that she was making. They're still there. They're not even worn out. A little bit of fuzz there, but that's normal.
Yeah, but look at the big toe. Look
Look at the big toe.
on the front.
No, did you? Oh, Greg! Okay, when it gets like that, you repair it immediately.
Okay, Karen.
Peruda! I'm so Greg. There. What do you have to say for yourself, Greg?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, we didn't hear that.
I'm sorry.
No. Yes, mistress.
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
mistress.
Sorry, Mistress Peruda.
Sorry, Mistress Peruda.
I didn't mean to do it.
I didn't. I swear I didn't. And every time I put it into my shoe, it gets worse.
No. Okay, so blame it on the shoes. No, but we can patch that up at least quite soon. Oh, you know why? It's because you're not using your shoelaces. You have to undo the shoelaces, and then you can put it in there.
I don't like undoing shoes.
Yeah, but that's why it's eating it. I'm so sorry. We're trying to train him. He's young. He does not know what he does.
Oh, I know. I just don't care. Normally.
What is it they say in my Catholic religion that I grew up with?
I don't know.
Forgive them, Father, for they know what they have done.
But I do know what I've done. I've been bad.
They know not that they have sinned. Peruda, look what she wrote. What does that say, Greg?
Oh, Lord.
I'm sorry, what does that say?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, what does that say?
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Okay, we'll let him cough for a minute, and then I'll catch up on chat here.
Me.
Carl's going to join us in a bit, too. He has no idea where we are. Jinx is here from Minnesota. Woohoo! I'm from Minnesota, if you didn't know, Duluth, Minnesota. But Jinx probably knows I'm from Minnesota because you can hear the O's. For sure, for sure. Greg is from England. Oh, there's a Karl back there. Okay, so Garcia is also here from Holland. Oh, I have to show her how to needle tension. Remind me later. I'm sure she figured it out by now.
I thought you were going to moon me.
No,
You did have your ass pointed
I
in his
did.
direction.
And it was, I didn't know he was behind me until I'd already bent down like that. In my defense, I was doing up shoes because we just had to examine the socks.
Do you know what? He already has poked a hole through the toe of Peruda's socks.
Oh, so the Russian quality bulletproof socks are not as bulletproof.
This is not...
Do you have Ukrainian toes?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Shame on you. No, we will get them fixed anyway.
And
But
they've only checked the right foot, so. God knows
Peruda
what the left
responded
foot looks like.
appropriately back with big capital letters. See, if you get you to stand you a little too closer, you two, then I can get you both in there. You're like bookends.
That better?
Yeah, there you go. Then I can catch up on reading here. Albert is making forest berry cheesecake. Any thoughts about that? Greg
When
loves
am I going to be
cheesecake.
there?
Yeah. And why aren't you doing it here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Holland is, ooh, gosh, yeah, put the weather in there. Check a look. Everybody's writing in there. Yep. Susan's here, by the way, from Adirondack. How was the weather here today? You want to take a guess at the temperature?
It's a little bit unpleasantly warm in the middle of the day, but
It's got a little, we had some rain in the morning, though, didn't we? There's
Not
some,
really, not today.
no, I didn't notice anything.
No,
maybe we had a little bit in the very early of the morning.
don't remember any.
No, it's just me.
Maybe it was vaguely wet on the road when we drove down here. But
It was wet on the road, but it wasn't actually raining in the village today.
But you can see the sun has already set.
So,
So
I
now
actually
the days
got
are getting
here when
shorter.
there was blue sky, and I was thinking, oh, we might have a good day. And I thought, I'm not going to say anything because then it will be.
Then it will
bad.
be jinxed, yeah.
yeah, no, but blue skies is not the sign of a good day, and when you live in an oven.
Yeah.
Okay, let me rephrase. We're not going to have a wet day.
Not gonna
Is
have
that
a-
better?
Meanwhile, though, we actually have water here where the rest of the world is losing theirs. What is that lake in the United States near Nevada or something where everybody gets their water from on the And they keep finding dead bodies in there because the level of the water keeps going down more and more and more. So they're discovering, they even found a boat or something that was sunk, or a barge.
Christ.
Yeah.
I know.
So, all the mafia buried bodies, like 30, 40 years ago, they're showing up in the water
I
now.
found Appa. Who the hell's Appa?
Let's see, Arlene. Oh, Arlene said, so happy I made it home around in time. I was running my daughter around to get some new supplies. We're having drizzle, and supposed to have a high of 29 or 30. Feels like 32. Holy crap.
Shit.
And that's in Winnipeg, if I believe right.
That's too hot.
Yep. Okay, paper up my nose. I got to read back a bit. Okay. Let's see if I can do this a little bit. Who else is here? Garcia's here. She's painting the front of the house with a sunny yellow. Oh, speaking of yellow, Greg, would you like to explain your clothing?
I'm wearing silk.
You are. He's wearing silk. So there you go. He must be working for the Varangian Guard. Albert, first you make that cheesecake here. I saw he wrote he could come here and make it.
Oh, good.
And then you wave it in front of him, and when he comes closer to you, you attack. Now explain the story with the Varangian Guard thing.
Varangian
people who don't know this
Guard
one.
are the
You and Albert
personal
and-
bodyguard of the Byzantine emperors, and they were often made up of Viking mercenaries who were extremely well paid, but also very often outlaws from their homelands. And so they could afford silk like this, but if they ever came home, they'd be killed on sight. So, not always a good idea to have silk in the Viking times.
No, and why is Albert particularly of interest when it comes to this story?
Well, he's got an entire tunic made of raw silk and is plant-dyed as well. So I'm pretty sure he was a member of the guard. I'm just pretty sure that I'm the bodyguard of the chieftain, and therefore he pays me a lot.
And so when he was working last year here in the village...
Oh, I was trying to kill him on a daily basis. At least every time he was wearing the tunic.
Yep. So now, Albert, you can get some revenge.
He keeps seeming to tell me that he got it for only like 400 krona. I don't believe that for a million years.
Hello? So there you go.
There was a bit of chat on there as well, by the way.
Yep, no, I got a lot of catch up on him pretty far back.
That's fair enough.
That's okay. It's a front microphone thing, so I have to have it pointed this way. And I'm going back and forth to Vespi, so I really do need to switch the glasses out now. But, okay, let's see. Ooh, she's also, Garcia's also planning to dye wool next week, and have done with walnut bolsters. Walnut shells are beautiful yarn to color with. I did this with oak nuts, oak nuts as well, which works really well. Word to the wise, take all the nut meat out. Because if you don't, you have a yarn full of peanut butter. And you can get that out too, but it ain't easy.
I did wonder why you had to take the nut meat out.
Yeah, so get rid of your nut meat. That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound right.
No,
it
that
sounds
sounds really
like
bad.
we've been watching Dr. Poll or something
Karl?
like that.
The look on his face.
Yeah, no.
Karen's getting rid of her nut meat.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking out my nut meat just to butter your yarn, just so you know it.
Okay, back to Greg. Let's see. That way a bit, so we can see you.
Don't need to turn it all that way. I'll break
sure.
the camera if you're not careful.
Let's
It'll
see.
crack.
What else we have? And then McKeevy's here from Bergen. And Charlotte is here. Regina's here. Regina, did you get dressed up for us? It's been 2 years. It's been over 2 years now, actually.
Oh, really?
We hit the 2-year anniversary and kept on going because it didn't end up with a perfect round number like 200 or something. We celebrated the 100th, but we didn't celebrate the 2-year anniversary.
Oh.
We just missed that one. Anyway, so...
You're telling me that she hasn't worn clothes for 2 years?
I'm sorry, what? She has worn clothes for 2 years, but in the beginning, in the pandemic, in the lockdown, when nobody could go out, she got dressed up for us. She did. So now we have high expectations. She's going to have to put on her tea party clothes every time. I thought that was nice. She had to have a reason to get...
Well, Karen and I, we got dressed up because we're both wearing silk.
We are. Yep, I've got my silk here. Whoops. I like to do this. There's my silk on the snake, the eye, and eye. So I show people this, and it's like, eyes up here. I have to do some repairs, though. I've been repairing a lot lately. Oh, okay. So speaking of repairs, and no, I'm not getting on to you yet, Karl. This one, everybody knows pretty much. So this is how much my hood has been bleaching out or whatever for the last, I don't know, I made it in 2014, I think, or started. So,
6,
if you
8
look,
years.
yeah, about that. Yeah, let's see. Maybe it's on the other side here. That would do it. On the bottom is the original color blue. You can't even see it. And the top is where I've gone and repaired. That's how much the yarn has changed. You can't even see the blue on camera. It looks the same as the green, and you can barely even tell it's blue on here.
You can barely tell
Yeah.
it in real life, let
So-
alone on camera.
So the blue is repaired, and you can actually see there was blue on there. Most people didn't even know there was blue. So then I'm gonna. The green has actually got a different color, but I haven't been putting that in either way. But the pink dots. Look at the difference. It's the exact same yarn I originally embroidered it with. I have a huge hank of like 200 grams of it. So plant dyed wool that I bought from Oslo Medieval Festival back in 2014. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, look at that. So much. Yep. So when our colors on our plant dyed colors that we have on display have bleached, that's definitely done. Let's see. Okay, and I'll catch up a little bit more in chat, and then we'll discuss some other fun things over here.
And then I've got a question.
Oh, I like questions too. By the way, since we've got two of these guides here, throw out any questions you want if you want to know some Viking stuff.
Carl, shall we run?
Nope.
We've just been talking about
Well,
Viking
Karin
stuff all
Burb is
day.
here.
Shall we
Torben
run?
says hello. He is at a birthday party and can't join us. So Karin is responsible for giving you guys questions that you can't answer. Bring on the good Viking questions or stupid Viking questions. They're both just as fun. Yep, he's at Jan Ove's birthday and Per's birthday, and it's a triple birthday party. Leifula, sorry. Jan Ove is a Viking from the east. Who
He
is
might have
it?
a birthday too, I don't know.
Maybe. I haven't seen them in a while. Who's the other one, though? It was Leifula.
So you have Leif Ole the teacher,
Yeah?
you have Geir Ove the label maker, and you have Per the cook,
Yeah?
or chef, or whatever it is.
And they're having a party. And why didn't you get the day off for this, Karl?
Because I make the plans, so I decide who has days off.
No, because they invited you on Facebook and you don't open your Facebook, so you didn't see it until there was no time left to plan for it.
Yeah, of course.
Shame on you. I get a message from Torben that says, does Karl know he's been invited to a birthday party this weekend in Sogndal? Where did you send the message? On Facebook.
Yeah,
No.
That's your first mistake.
No. So how do people reach you if they want you to respond?
Through you.
Through me. Yep, it's true. Even his family sends me messages. So do you know how I know that Karl here actually liked me? He answered my messages.
I've
was a
now
decade away.
gotten to the point that whenever I send a work message to Carl,
Yeah?
I send it to you afterwards.
You have, actually. I noticed that.
Yeah. Now, work messages I do respond to.
I know,
For me to respond to a message from a bloody Freeman, there has to be something pretty special.
Torben's not a bloody Freeman, and
I was
neither
gonna
is your
say,
parents.
he's your friend.
You were.
Yeah, that's true.
Good
And
point.
you answered a message from a bloody Freeman.
That's not something that happens every
I
day.
think he likes me. No.
A bloody Freeman.
I'm a bloody
that's,
Freeman.
That's okay.
That's a whole new can of historical inaccuracies. We're not going down there. Okay, let's see. Yes, has Karl got a new hat on? You don't say. Karl, you have to stand over here, though, because you got too much bright light behind you.
So this is where a philosophical question comes into play.
Yes, what is the philosophical question?
Well, the question is, if it's, can you call this
is
his
it a
original hat, or is this a new hat because every part of it has been replaced
Or
practically?
is it just that I've moved my hat further back my head so you now see more of my original hair?
It could be that.
Karl got an 80s haircut. He's like Pat Benatar wannabe.
See, Carl, I
Right,
should
Dark
also,
Cruiser-docken wannabe.
Yeah.
I should also point out, Carl has been wanting to cut his hair for the last 2
We're actually
years.
cutting it soon.
Oh, are you cutting it
No,
soon, Carl?
Well, yeah, I'm actually gonna cut a little bit, but he won't even notice. It's his hair is actually really long.
I need to get you some scissors.
No, we're cutting it tonight. I'm not kidding. No, it's actually his old hat. It's finally, the repair is finally done on it. So we got new fur on there. Finally, it took me a little while. Would you like to show what happened, Greg, to the existing fur off of his old hat? Believe it or not,
I'm not
we
sure
looked.
I really want to hold that, to be
No,
honest
you
with
probably
you.
don't actually. I can't believe I had that in my hand sewing it. But if you look here, then you can see there's actually evidence of long fibers that were once in here. We're looking at pictures from 2014, 2017, and his hat, the fibers on this hat of this fur is actually equal to about the fiber on that hat now. It went at some point it went from
quite,
this
not quite.
pretty close, but somehow you made it go from this to this, and we figured out yesterday night one of the methods, not very Viking-esque, as to how you may have made it look more like this. What did you do? You lit up a cigarette. He almost lit his.
Should normally not be a problem. It's like there. So
So we have a sneaking suspicion as how this dead animal
Lost its hair.
well, or how it goes from looking nice and fluffy like that to that, sorry.
I'm noticing it's quite yellow, that
but
hair.
I've also had that one since
Tobacco.
2010.
Yeah.
So it's going to last a while before I stop looking like Reidar Krusedokken.
You might want to explain who Reidar Krusedokken is now. You've said it
Not
twice.
yet, it's not necessary. He looks just like this.
Reidar was a guide here from Nesbyen. Okay, and then, go ahead, Karl. Show him your tip.
Oh God, I misheard that for a second.
I know you did. Show him your tip, Karl. No, oh, you got a tip today. That's mine. Anyway. I'm his pimp. It goes in the vacation fund because we're going somewhere eventually that
Raise
uses
you
dollars.
The tip I got yesterday.
Yeah, but these are dollars. He wins. He's got a bigger one. Did you get a tip too?
Yeah.
Yeah. See? I guess you guys are going to be in business a bit longer. You better hang on to that before I lose it. Okay. Nope, you got a different tip. Turn. Ta-da! It's finally attached.
Yay.
And this is based on the Birka find. Actually, Darius, the guy that makes
Birka
these.
find?
Was it Birka?
Yeah, Birka.
Birka. B-I-R-K-A. I was going.
Birka plays in Sweden. Burka something Muslim women wear.
Burka is American pronunciation of B-I-R-K-A. Sorry. It's not a burka. No. But anyway, it's, see, he's looking all nice now. That was made by Darius. Darius is actually here. So now you have bling there.
I'm kind of a little bit disappointed it's not bronze.
I know. Who wears bronze? Who wears bronze?
People who hasn't gotten their ass out of the Bronze Age yet.
My ass is half in the Bronze Age.
Carl is trying his damnedest to get her out of the Bronze Age.
He is. But
Aren't
no,
you?
I can't help falling in anyway. The old fur is thoroughly mangy. Oh yeah. I think that might have been a foot. I don't know what it is. No, but I suspect it wasn't quite this yellow. But yeah, no, you can see the long fibers on there. There's evidence.
It was yellow.
Oh yeah, it looks like fox fur.
So the next thing we have to fix on Karl is, because literally we just have to buy one. There's holes here, but the holes are going all the way up now, so it's not actually worth repairing this anymore. It's better to just take what you can out of it and make a bag or use it for patches. And then, oh no, turn around. Again. More. The patches are peeling off like scabs, so that has to go too. It used to be like that. Nope, so this is the next thing we fix, and then turn back a little bit. But the fur can actually be fixed. Keep going. Yesterday we started playing with the cat hairbrush, and you'll notice how much softer this part is than this part. So we will wash it with some shampoo. The hair shampoo would actually be just fine on it even. And then when it dries, take the cat hairbrush and that'll...
I think that
Fix it
Carl,
nicely.
You should have a new
Aren't
piece
we
of
still
fur
selling
that
this in the
starts-
store?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Did you want it? Yeah, you could buy a new one. Okay, that one becomes a butt mat.
I think you should have a fur that competes with a certain chieftain.
Yeah, the albino
Could go
bear.
just sneak in and skin his albino bear.
Well, let's go and do it then, man.
I had a group of Dutch with me today. I get to guide them because they're special needs, and I have more patience than these two. And anyway,
In that
so
regard.
we took them into the chieftain's hall, and the chieftain wanted to show some stuff off. And my favorite is, okay, I have a really good story, a Viking story. It's perfectly full of drama. and it's modern. And then I told the story about how the blacksmith noticed that the chieftain's hall was the nicest place, and he thought, yes, but I'm a blacksmith. Blacksmiths should be pretty rich in the Viking village. So he starts hanging up, he makes a sword and puts that up there, and he hangs chainmail. And then the chieftain starts getting him back with new things, and they go back and forth and back and forth. But right now, in my opinion, the chieftain is winning. And if you go in that bedroom area there and look to the left, you'll see why. So they all go in and they peek, and if you haven't heard this story before, or if you have, you know what I'm talking about. Is that a polar bear head? No, it's an albino bear, even more expensive. He was really quick to correct them on that, by the way. It's an albino bear. It's actually not just the head, it's the whole skin. Mm-hmm. So died of natural causes from what I understand. So it's his prized possession. So right now, what is it, Game Point Chieftain?
Yeah, I can't really see how the blacksmith is going to top this one.
I don't know how. No, it'll be interesting to see.
Siberian tiger, maybe?
Yeah, possibly.
But it's a good Viking story and very modern. Okay, I have to go catch up on chat. I'm ignoring everybody. This is horrible. Peruda says, I'm not wearing any clothes today. It's too feckin' hot.
Mammoth fur?
I might have to read that again. Shh. Peruda says, I'm not wearing any clothes today. It's too feckin' hot. So, if you would like to find Peruda, she is located over there
in Moscow, yeah.
In Moscow.
In Moscow.
Yep.
But, does that mean that you're also on some sort of polar bear skin?
Ooh, are you on a polar bear skin? There's the story there.
It's an albino bear.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
bear.
It's not a polar bear. Sorry,
I'm
you're
so
mixing
sorry.
Albert says he has no blue in his clothes besides some stitches on his patched tunic. Oh, I love his patched tunic.
Oh,
yeah.
But I have purple in my silk.
Oops, sorry, I'm going the wrong way.
I have purple on my silk.
It messes with your eyes a little bit. It almost looks like it's a brownish red, but when you see it up close, you realize, nope, it's the colors that are playing on. It's purple. I'm sorry, he's gloating over there. I just wanted to... All right, match point, Greg.
Still not beating the chieftain, so that's fine.
Peruda says, no, not a polar bear. You have to go way back to hear that story. It's a mayonnaise bear. I like that, says Charlotte. Go the mayonnaise trolls. Okay, let's go way back here. And if we have some questions for these guys, we can go into the Viking segment. Ann Taylor, I finally caught another live stream from Central Arizona. Oh my God, she's just like right in the hot pot. So she, 92 degrees Fahrenheit or 33 Celsius.
Oof.
And headed up to 102. Yeah, holy crap.
Nope.
I could not, I can't.
That's dead.
No.
I'm dead.
I was in Sierra Nevadas in New Mexico, Albuquerque, 1 year in July, and this is in like the 80s. I will never do that again. Holy crap, I was dying. You can't put my Minnesota butt in there.
Nope.
It was too hot. You can only take off so many layers of clothes before you have to run around like Peruda.
Yep.
With a polar bear skin in it.
No. Karl just corrected us. It's an albino bear.
It's an albino bear. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, with the walnuts was going to be various shades of brown. Yes.
So if we boil Georg's albino bear with walnuts, we'll get it back to its original color.
By the way, back to your socks on the wall. Charlotte says, no, we need to wear the socks to death. Wear the socks till there's no original left, says Albert. No.
Well, I could try, but I think that someone would kill me if I took them off the wall and started to wear them again.
I would. No, at that point, it's almost better to make new ones, but they do actually...
I tried that theory.
They actually do. Did you see? I hung them up on the wall, by the way.
I heard you.
Yeah.
I would just used your... to find out where you were, I just went into YouTube to look at your chat.
Then he found us. Yeah, I think we literally walked around.
That's actually a clever idea.
We had to go the long way around because the tourists were still on their way out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway, no, it is actually a really good example of how the needle binding, when you say, for example, that it's just a series of knots. So if you get a hole, it won't unravel. It'll just be a little hole that you can just patch again with a few stitches, or in this case, cut it off.
To just take them off the wall before she comes next week and wear them while she arrives.
I heard that. I'm going to see his feet. I don't know. Pretty soon, though, Peruda's socks are going to be up on that wall, too. Those things are so thick. They're like a rug, and you still manage to poke your toe through that. But we did discover it's because he's not undoing his shoelaces for part of it. So the sock gets stuck on the other shoe, and then it pulls too tight, and then the toe pokes through. So you're being graded. You have to fix that.
In other words, I'm being told off for putting my shoes on wrongly.
Oh, Albert says he's also thinking of making a Schuldenhand socks for Greg's. The sewn ones. Yep.
Thank you.
No, we do actually have to make some of those for the shop. I have a pattern, I just haven't gotten around of it. Lake Mead. Yeah, that's the lake where they keep finding the bodies. They're all the, these probably mafia killings. They're all dumping the bodies in Lake Mead, and they're starting to find them.
It sounds really lazy when you live to a very big desert. You could bury them practically anywhere with no hope in hell that they would ever be found.
Oh, I came up with a really good Viking question. Now, what happens if you kill someone in the Viking Age? Explain.
Well, it depends on who it is.
With the ting, etc. Yes, explain this for a minute, and then I'll ask you my follow-up question.
Well, they'll calculate the weregild based on the value of the person you kill. So if you kill a blacksmith, that's going to be really, really expensive because blacksmiths are valuable craftsmen that are also expected to make a lot of money if they are allowed to live. But if you kill a charcoal burner, for instance, that's not really a big deal. If you can afford a vacation in Norway, you can certainly afford to kill a charcoal burner or two. So the thing would then go to the murderer and say, we've calculated the weregild for the man you killed to be this much silver, get it together and offer it to his family. And if the murderer, probably with the help of his own family, manages to come up with this silver and offers it to the family of the victim, and they accept it, then it's over. Because you can't both take the silver and take revenge. It doesn't work like that. You have to choose silver or revenge. And if, on the other hand, they refuse to take the silver, the king can just sit down and do the whole thing all over again. Because they know that somebody from that family will now kill the murderer. And then you just repeat the entire process. So you won't have this spiral of violence going completely out of control. It will only go until somebody takes the silver, and sooner or later somebody always does. What's your follow-up question?
Where would you hide the Viking body, or the body in the Viking Age, so that you wouldn't have to pay all these fines?
Well,
did you tell that part?
That would be extremely dishonorable to do, and it would also make it a miskilling.
Yeah, talk about the miskillings, and then answer my question.
Well, the men and the few women who sat as judges and jury members at the thing are not getting paid for their services. There is no system for taxation, so they're just doing it for the honor of the job, and they really hate extra work. So they've made a bizarre set of laws called miskillings. One way to read the ancient laws is that killing people is strictly speaking not forbidden, as long as you kill them the right way and you pay the weregild. But killing people the wrong way is not acceptable. So for instance, if you kill a man with a sharp weapon and you use more than 3 blows, that's not only bad craftsmanship, it's also a miskilling, and you will have to pay an extra fine. If you kill a man and you throw his body into a river or into a fjord...
Lake Mead?
Like Mead, for instance. So that other men have to get wet in the hair to get the body back on dry land, then it's a miskilling, and you will have to pay an extra fine. Most likely because the thing would actually have to pay somebody to go into the water and get that body. And my personal favorite, if you kill somebody and you don't immediately run to the thing and tell them that you have killed this person, then it's a miskilling and you will have to pay an extra fine. They don't really like to investigate things. They prefer a straight-up confession. But if you're not going to confess, so they have to investigate, then at the very least they want you to pay them for that.
So now, you, Karl, and Greg, with that in mind, obviously Lake Mead is no longer an option. Where are you going to hide the body in the Viking Age? Where do you think would be good enough?
My suggestion would be to butcher the body and have barbecue.
Cannibalism would make things very well for
I'm not talking about feeding it to yourself. You feed it to your chieftain if you
Oh,
don't
you
like
had a
him.
wolf.
Yes, but that only works if you are his thrall, because I don't think cook would be a high-status profession in the Viking Age.
No, that's very true.
And Greg, the silk-wearing bodyguard, wouldn't be, sir, may I borrow your kitchen? I just want to make some meat. It's kangaroo meat. You've never tasted it before.
Kangaroo.
Oh God, it's kangaroo.
In the
gale.
Viking
Okay,
age,
yeah.
in the Viking age, Karl, really?
Well, according
was,
to some people, yes.
Did they actually get that far? Or it must be traded.
No, of course not. Absolutely not.
The look on your face is worth it every time.
But there was this Russian
Facepalm
serial
point.
killer cannibal who ate his victims, and then he couldn't eat all of it, so he gave it to his neighbors, and I go, I don't know what kind of meat this is. And he says, oh no, it's kangaroo meat. I got it from my cousin in Australia, and then I just eat it.
Okay, I've got two follow-up
Okay.
questions to the one you were talking about earlier. First follow-up question, does it specifically specify that it has to be wet in the hair on the head? Because if it doesn't,
Oh!
I wasn't thinking that, Karen. I was actually thinking the fact that we have hair all over the skin, not that.
Yeah.
Get your mind out
and
of
women
gutters.
who haven't shaved their legs, yada,
Poor
yada, yada.
innocent me thought you were just trying to save money by sending a bald guy to pick up the body.
Well, actually, that's a good point.
Actually,
Would
that is a
work?
really good point. Score one for
Presumably,
bald
if you
guys.
find a bald guy who's willing to swim out and get bodies for free, then fine. I think the point is that if you have to pay somebody to get the body, then
We could get a eunuch to go and get them, then there's no hair.
Then there's no hair, yeah, or alopecia.
How?
I'm sorry, what's that face?
a confused face.
We already got one face palm out of him,
It's
so
not hair that eunuchs are missing. They're missing something a little bit
There's
more
something in the
important than that.
hormones that stops them from growing hair on the head afterwards.
and
No.
maybe they don't.
So, okay.
Well, they
I'm
might
gonna
not
have to
hair on
look that
another
up.
region anyway.
I
So
think,
what I've heard
actually
before.
I think it's actually the other way around. They are
Okay.
no longer, strictly speaking, male. So they are immune to male pattern baldness.
So now, where would you guys hide the body? I just want to know. I have to find out where they're going to hide the body. You had another follow-up question, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what my other follow-up question was.
Okay,
so we
you
can-
think, and I got one from Peruda. How would the weregild work if you killed a family member?
I am not sure that
Asking
you
for a
would be-
friend, Peruda?
I'm not sure that you would be given that option because
No.
kinslaying is considered super heinous crime. So let's say you kill your brother and your father is the head of the family. Your father, if he accepts silver to let you live for that, then the entire family loses a lot of honor. But it is his kid, so he can decide to do that if he wants, but it wouldn't be a good scenario for anybody involved.
Did you think of it?
Nope.
Damn it, he's still working.
I'm still working.
Lake
Brain's
Mead.
still
Lake
going.
Mead. Where are you going to hide the body?
I still like my
Damn
idea,
drought
but,
revealed
It
everything.
is, in the Viking Age, it's a much better strategy to not hide the body. You just save up enough money to pay the wagon.
So, yes, I have remembered it now. What would the weregild for the two of us be in the Viking Age as guides?
Well, it depends on basically projected future value. So you get a plus for being younger than me, but I get a plus for knowing a language more than you and having more experience than you. So I think it would probably even out pretty evenly. And I don't know how much exactly it would be in silver. But the point is that when the thing calculates a weregild, it has to be a weregild that is big enough that our respective families would accept it instead of seeking personal vengeance. And I know my family. So I think it would have to be a very, very substantial weregild indeed, because they're kind of big fans of personal vengeance.
All right, we have some suggestions here. Garcia says, bury it in a bog. Maybe that explains why we're finding the best examples in the bogs.
Yeah,
Burying in the bog is
these
a bad
are
idea
much before
because
the Viking
they're
Age.
going to find such good example
Well, that's
if
where we
they-
find the clothing.
Yeah,
in
but
the-
it doesn't really matter for the Viking Age because you don't really have Viking Age forensic detectives going, this here proves it.
Yeah, I know they don't have that, but the bog helps to preserve the skin for a long time afterwards.
Yeah. So their version of Gil Grisham would just go, he was stabbed to death
But
with a sharp implement. Like the ones that everybody is carrying.
but they would definitely get. Would that be counted as getting your hair wet to go into a bog and get it? And what if they can't get out of the bog again to report it?
I would say that wet hair it's pretty black and white. It's black letter law.
Okay.
Is his hair wet? How did he get his hair wet? Did he just ram his head into the bog? Then you might want to use a smarter guy next
I
time.
still
but you
haven't
have to
heard
pay
an
him.
answer to whether or not it had to be hair on the head or whether it could be
I
hair
don't know
anywhere
anything
else.
about
Because
that.
if my feet are
I-
wet, then my hair on my feet are wet.
be- You
I
like hair.
would say that when I say hair in this context, I have to be talking about the hair on the head.
So, but there's another thing. Now, so Garcia buries the body in a bog. Guy has to go and get it. Guy doesn't make it out of the bog either. What then?
Well, you have now caused another legal problem and not solved the one you first had. Because if this was a guy who was obligated to you, so that you ordered this guy into the bog,
Yeah.
he has no choice. He has to go into the bog and get that body.
First, he has to find
Then
out that
his,
it's even in the bog.
It's not really a murder, but his family would be entitled to some kind of compensation. Because you are basically making a situation that they can't survive.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Garcia. And I'll give you a point for that one. I think that was pretty good.
I think Peruda had a question in hers.
Yep, she did, but I got another one.
Oh.
Albert says, feed it to the pig.
That,
That kind of works with the cannibalism theory, only
Yeah.
Greg doesn't have to eat it, the pig can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't I go to that one first? What's wrong with me to go to cannibalism before anything else?
You are thinking way too much like modern criminals instead of Vikings. Because if you want the body to disappear, the only sensible reason to want that in the Viking Age is to have a son. Oh no, he's still around. He joined the Varangian Guard. He emigrated to Iceland, and by the way, he's moved to Ireland now.
Yeah.
You don't have to hide evidence because there are no detectives that can basically go, this fiber matches the fiber from Greg's
Yeah,
silk.
but if there's no body, nobody knows he's dead. So if you kill him and throw him immediately to the pigs, then nobody knows.
No, you have to discover a body or there is no death.
Yes. That is assuming that you have enough pigs to consume a human body fast enough for nobody to notice that is what's going on.
Feck, that's the problem.
How many
we have.
pigs do you got there,
remember
Albert?
that the pigs can't digest the teeth.
Yeah.
So you have to
It's a
pull them
necklace.
out manually and then ground them into some kind of dust.
No,
All
necklace.
of this, I'm not saying this is not worth doing, but it's worth doing today. Not in the Viking Age. In the Viking Age, a
Sledgehammer
murder
mouth,
is like
then
this.
pig
Sledgehammer
to the
mouth.
stab.
Move along. Somebody finds a body, nobody confesses, the thing is frustrated. They try to interpret their dreams and poke their fingers in the sand until, unless you do something really horribly stupid, like murder him at the thing in front of the collected thing, you're probably going to get away with it. They will just find somebody they really don't like and then they'll go, yeah, the hair proves it.
No, but I mean, you could just, hide the teeth in plain sight, make a necklace. No, these are handed down from generations. How would you know without your Viking forensics whose teeth they actually belong to?
Could be from the warriors that you've killed of the enemy.
Or with the etching marks on the
Yeah.
berserker teeth, or maybe.
Yeah, etching marks and with names like Bluetooth. So I think that teeth would be distinctive enough.
But how could he be the only one with a Bluetooth?
Well, exactly.
If I lose a brother,
Grandpa's teeth,
Oh, absolutely. He loved blueberries.
I know.
if I lose a brother and my colleague all of a sudden shows up with a necklace full of teeth, I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have to bribe the thing too much to get them to see things my way.
Well, we traded for those teeth in Miklagard.
Then there would be a trader that I could go and talk to.
In
Yeah, of
Miklagard.
course.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Oops, sorry. Bumped the thing here. Kiwi says, I'd put the body in a bog and then archaeologists can have the field trip in 1,000 years later. We do need some more bog finds. That's where the textiles survive, the little scraps. Peruda says, in South Africa, we used a similar system to calculate a woman's bride price. We did talk about this one once, didn't we? The more educated she is, the higher the price, and the more children she has, the higher her price. So I'm already up there. I got two. So if you bring in children from another marriage, you know, failed, bodies never found, I don't know, that makes me more valuable?
In South Africa, yeah.
Yeah. What about the Viking Age? Do they have a bride guild?
Just out of morbid curiosity and for no apparent reason. In South Africa, how much would I get for a good used American with two 14-year-olds?
She doesn't know how to make a turkey.
She does know how to make a turkey. Because it's turkey. You just spread the legs and rub mayonnaise on everything. It's not a problem.
And then just spread the legs and see if it bleeds. Oh my God, it was the episode, what was that, 90? No, it was 93. It was in January this year, though. So January 2020.
So are you making Thanksgiving turkey in the village here this year? For everybody?
Oh, Carl has to help me. I've never seen anybody slather
Yeah,
mayonnaise
I can
on a turkey
volunteer for
like
that
he does.
Because I have a time American.
I have a tame American. Well, what was it? That was it was around. It was New Year's. The right after New Year's, I think we sent that one. But oh my God, if you want to hear Carl get a tongue lashing basically for about full 40 minutes, and look over there, see the beautiful. That's where the woman's nunnery thing is, and the tame American. Carl had to go and have 3 cigarettes behind the phone. So there you go. If you want to see him get his butt handed to him. The pigs will eat anything, says Garcia, though. Quite right.
Yeah, they will. They just won't digest teeth. I will agree with Karl on that one.
Let's see.
No, not the polar bear.
I think I missed a couple of things here. Yeah, those brooches are in silver are so damn expensive. Yeah, we have one set of these brooches. Whoops. And you can't have one. You got to have 2. You can't be lopsided boobs. You got to have 2. So these things are really huge. They're big size. But the ones that we have... Carl! We're talking about my other Viking boobs. Anyway. But we have some in the shop. They're actually not as wide as this. They're thinner and a little bit smaller. 8...
Right down.
No, it's not down here. It's eyes up. Eyes up here. No, looking at these, not at these. Anyhow, 8,000. That's right. I'm playing with my Viking. 8,000 kroner for one. Was that right? For one of them in silver? And they're actually thinner than this. There's not as much of a hole pattern on it, but
Possible. They're not thinner than those. They're pretty massive chunks.
oh,
of
they're
silver.
massive chunks of silver, and this has got a hole pattern in it, and I don't think that one does. So there's no ways to save on the silver. You have but I think they're at 8,000 kroner for one.
Christmas present?
Oh, yeah, there you go. No, we looked at him. I told him he can't. I said, I'm sorry, I have this theory. My mom taught me back in the day, of course. If you're a small-chested woman, you should wear small, simple jewelry and not big jewelry. It looks odd balanced. If you're If you're a big-chested woman, I'm sorry, I'm a little well-endowed here. If you're a big-chested woman, then you can wear the gaudy jewelry because the little jewelry will disappear anyway.
She wants silver turtle brooches that are big enough to match the big bazongas.
Oh, okay.
It's true. So when I went to go and buy these, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to make this theory. They have the smaller, real small ones that are kind of small.
I've seen
flat.
bigger bronze ones than those.
And I thought, no, okay, we're going to follow this same
Bronze is
theory.
for,
These things felt
peasants.
massively
Yeah, I know, but if
huge.
she's going to go with big ones, and she goes
So,
with bronze that size.
I thought, nope, we're going to go with the
she's
theory. Big
skimping
boobs.
Anyway, she's breaking apart.
Big
her own
Viking
theory.
boobs. And I saw pictures later, and I'm really glad I did because I've seen other people with big Viking boobs, and it's just unbalanced. So,
Big unbalanced Viking boobs. That sounds like the name of a very good porn.
Yep.
are you creating it?
Odds.
New Viking business. Okay, anyway, so that's the theory on that.
That's a very old Viking business.
But no, so the
We'll
reason
see how
we're not
desperate
getting
we get this winter.
the reason we're not getting those ones though is because I think I have to have I need more silver on my board. I need the bigger ones. So a tame American Karin. Yeah, right.
Silver ones.
Yes, me too.
It's hard to be a poor Viking, says Charlotte. Yep. A good used American with 2 13-year-olds is about 50,000 rand or so $3,000. I liked the 50,000 until it translates $3,000. Crap, that's less than child support. Go big or go home, says Charlotte. That's right. She's part of the big boobed gang. Just saying, you need to balance. Okay, so I have a little bit of needle binding. There was Garcia had a thing that she wanted to ask about. But first, before I show about this, I'll show a start. I have to start a piece. So, I don't know if I ever showed in here in a long time as to how I do my start. To do Oslo Stitch or any Finnish stitch, for example.
But it depends how much your drunk uncle can negotiate.
What are you
Peruda.
answering? But it depends on how drunk your drunk uncle can negotiate. Karl, do you want to talk about my negotiating skills?
It's got to be your drunk uncle.
No, but Karl thinks how did my negotiation skills go?
She doesn't have any. What's his name? The Polish guy.
That was Piotr. Piotr was here and you bought a box from him.
Yeah.
A carved box.
Piotr had this really nice carved box. And I know,
Sorry.
because I would do exactly the same thing in their position. You don't put price tags on things, because then you can look at your customer and decide, okay, is this a customer I'm taking a lot from, or is this a customer I can't take that much from? So you have kind of an inverse discount for Norwegian people, because they are generally pretty wealthy and stupid. So I'm walking up and looking at his box with great skepticism and saying, how much for this box? And he says, it's 4,000, but we can talk about good price.
4,500.
4,500, but we can talk about good price. Then Karin comes into the tent and goes, oh, you wanted a box? Yeah, that's right, you wanted a box. Hey, Piotr, how much for the box? 4.5, but we can talk about good price. We'll take it. What's the good price?
Let's not forget, Piotr is a friend. So Piotr did give us a good price. In addition to that, still, he could have just said, well, 4,499. And he even tossed in a spoon. So that's why I would have been slightly better if I didn't know the guy.
I
How much
still
is
think that
slightly
I
better?
could probably have gotten it cheaper if I wasn't helped.
Yeah, you probably could have.
Yeah, because I can be sneaky, and I'm not his friend.
And you have a furry hat. Okay, so anyway. Oh, hey, Victoria's here. Hello. Okay, so when I start my needle binding, I make a slip knot, or just a regular knot. A pretzel knot like that. I don't know if you can see it, but I need the loop to end up on top. This is right-handed, of course. Then I catch it on my thumb and I hide this behind. So for Oslo, I need 2 loops, so I will just go under everything, pull it through, and now I have 2 loops. If I want Mommen, then I need 3 loops, so I'll do it all over again for 1 more. And then I'm ready to do my Oslo stitch. Now, I should undo this and show left-handed, because, oh, this is so fun to try to do this left-handed. But someone pointed out, can I do things left-handed? I can, but let's see. I think I have to still make my slip knot. But nope, see, I'm not very good at getting the yarn to go on top in the slip knot, so other way around. Let's see. Maybe like that. There we go. Okay, so now it's on the top. And then I put it on my right thumb and catch it. And so to have Oslo, I need 2 loops. So go under everything, pull through, and now I have a Karl's pacing through the needle binding portion of the show. Too bad. Anyway, so now I have the 2 and I can continue to go. The old one underneath. He's looking at me funny. And you taking notes? You have to learn how to do this one day, Karl. Or you want to be right-handed or left-handed? So anyway, that's how I start. But now to show what Garcia was asking as needle tensioning. Can you make your Oslo stitches smaller? Say you think that these tighten to my thumb.
I'm really embarrassed, Karl. I just flipped the angle of the phone.
Oh, I could flip the angle of the phone. Let's see. He's stalking. He's hiding something behind there. Anyway, so if you want them even tighter than this with your Oslo stitch, you can actually do that. This is just tightened to the thumb. So when I do my Oslo stitch...
Okay, flip the phone now and leave it on him.
No, I can't. I can't. I have a boss. Don't forget. So, meanwhile, if you're wondering why it's suddenly getting foggy towards me, there might be a guilty Viking behind the camera. Okay. Let's see. It got stuck when I pulled it through.
Oh yeah, there's a cloud coming through.
Yeah, big one. Let's see, wait a minute. Restart. Something got messed up when I pulled it through because my yarn got caught. 1. Why is it I'm always good at this stuff off camera, and then as soon as I'm on camera, it goes
Are
bad?
you meant to be doing it left-handed?
No,
Okay.
I just showed the start left hand of it. Now I'm doing my Oslo. And these guys mostly know how to do Oslo Stitch. But I want to make them tighter than this now. So the way to do it then would be to, you go back your loop and bring forward like you normally do, but you take the whole thing off your thumb and then you tighten it to the needle. Then you pull the rest of it through and catch the new loop on your thumb. And that is needle tensioning. Then I have to go through my old one, pull through, take it off my thumb, but tighten it to the needle. And this way, this is the one of the few ways that actually the size of your needle does matter. But I did something kind of stupid, as you just noticed. I might have had a little issue there because this part of the needle is much thinner than this part of the needle. So now when I try to pull it through, and when I'm tightening to there, it's hard. Are you making faces at me? You are. You're sticking your tongue out at me, you dork. Go ahead. Do it again. It's off you. It's not falling for that. I just hear little licky noises going on back there. Anyway, but yeah, then it's a little bit harder to pull through. But that is how you needle tension, and one of the ways where the size of your needle actually does matter. And if I do a couple more of these really quickly, you can see when I put my finger on the reverse flip the camera thing. Greg's over there making faces too, by the way. You guys suck on needle binding portion of the... Do a couple more. So hopefully this shows up well.
We could be both snoring.
Oh, you do snore quite loudly, by the way.
I know I do.
Don't ask me how I know. No, they share the textile house when they stay overnight in the village. I have extra beds in there. So I should have
I
to
did warn you before I slept in there that
You
time,
did.
though.
Okay, anyway. But now, if I pull it, all my loops together, you can see the difference in the thickness between thumb tensioned in this yarn and needle tensioned. So you can actually make it quite a bit thinner just by doing that. So there you go. That was the question answered that she was asking earlier. I'll flip through to see if I get everything else. I like Albert saying, Victoria is still waiting for mine. Oh, the socks. Yeah. No, we got to do a lot of those. I got a Viking Cookbook you all mentioned last week. Not gotten around to reading it properly. Is it the medieval cookbook, or was there a different one we were talking about?
Early Meals. Was the one
Early
that-
Meals Cookbook. That's the one by Daniel Serra, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it
haven't-
is.
I have just skimmed the medieval cookbook. I haven't read the other one.
And he's in Sweden. At first glance, though, says Victoria through the book, it's a good written section and a lot of tasty looking food. Oh, we like that. So next time Albert comes over, he has to make forest berry cheesecake, and he has some whale meat. Ooh, yeah. That I need to use. Greg, want to join and make a stew with it?
I can make a stew. I'm not keen on whale meat myself, but I'll make a stew with it.
I tricked my kids with it. I made tacos with it. They were wondering why I burned the food because the meat is so much darker.
I've eaten whale meat before.
You have to come on this
and,
side or they can't hear you.
I've eaten whale meat before, and then it tasted like beef that was cooked in fish oil. But we have some that we serve for VIP groups here, and that's really good.
Yeah?
So I don't know if it is the magic touch of Toril's new chef or what.
No, it's just how you make it. The tacos, the only thing is if you knew that it was whale meat, you could detect a slightly fishy smell.
Yeah, no,
but,
but this was something I absolutely knew was whale meat, but
Oh,
it
yeah.
was really good. So
Lefty, what is Greg wearing? Yep, you got to show it again. She missed it earlier. Yep. What are you wearing, Greg?
My silk and wool.
You're
kaftan.
failing as a model. You need to work that, honey.
I'm not a model. I know I'm an ugly git.
No,
so...
no. You got to work. You got to own it. Tits up, honey. Let's go. I've been watching the marvelous Mrs. Mabel anyway, and every time she goes out to a show, they yell out at her, "Tits up, honey." She's like, "Boom, okay." So that's how you're supposed to show your confidence.
no, they say that prostitution is the world's oldest occupation. So I guess I would need pimps in the Viking Age as well.
Why, Karl?
I'm sorry, you got him on that one. Fist bump for Karl.
It was well done, but why?
You can just hear the music, bum, chicka, bum, bum. You can play that on a drum. This also I got to this week. These are this week's sheep. Although I noticed the neck's getting long on one of them, so it looks like a llama.
It does a bit, actually.
Yeah, and the other one's a little short because I ran out of space. So these are ones. I didn't realize, though, I put them in a frame now, and then when they put them in the shop and sell them now.
This is a new segment for YouTube now, the sheep of the week.
The sheep of the week. Well, yeah, I got to make a lot of sheep. I don't have much time, but this is the story of these. They started out that the first time we had got wool from the sheep, our own sheep, everybody wanted a piece of it. It looked like there was going to be just like, I don't know. I think of a really good example anyway, where you put like something down and everybody wants it, and they all like literally kill each other. There's like skin and toenails flying everywhere just to get this one thing,
So
and that was
sort
kind
of
of
like
the
last year, the PS5 with a lot of people.
maybe there, yeah. So this is the way it was with all the women in the village looking at that wool coming off, and some of the guys too, by the way. So one way that we found that they could actually all get a little piece of the sheep was to spin the wool from each of the sheep and do a little embroidery on each. And we thought, okay, well, I thought actually, sheep from the sheep. And so everyone had different kind of sheep. There's actually, this is on Instagram somewhere anyway, Runa's got his having two sheep trying to kill a wolf. One's wielding a bow and arrow and the other one's wielding an axe.
Oh, shit, does that mean he's going after me? What the?
Yeah. No, then there's a sheep doing like this with an emblem in the middle on the one Pavel has. Then Ilva's got one because she's a fighter, so she actually has one of the sheep has lost his head. There's blood and poop everywhere. And other people have just have like plain sheep. One of them has dancing sheep too. They were supposed to be very happy, so it's like this and that. Anyway, so that's where it came from. But then other people wanted sheep too, so now they're going in the store, but that's made with the wool from the sheep.
Oh, I think I met the tourist of your dreams earlier today.
Oh, tell me, I like tourists of my dreams.
It was a little kid, about this size, so I would guess 5 or 6.
Yeah, we can reach that size on there. Yeah.
His family was walking past there,
Yeah.
and he sees the wool on the wall there.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Mommy, wool! Wool! Mommy, wool!"
Oh, wait.
And his mother goes, "Yeah, I see
Say that
it's
again,
wool."
Karl. We didn't quite catch that.
"Mommy, wool! Wool!" And his mother goes, "Yeah, I see it's wool." "Yeah, but it's wool! It's wool!" I think you could have had a lot of fun with that kid, but
I think
you
I would
weren't
have.
here at the time. You were
No.
talking with Toril. So-
Yeah, we're having a market coming up, by the way. October 6th through 9th, we have a market. There's the wool over there on the wall. We've been pretty busy trying to put that one together now that the season is slowly winding down, or so you'd think. But no, not everybody has school starting. Norway has school starting, already started, but we have a lot of people coming in from the rest of
The
Europe.
trend now for the last 14 days has been German in the morning, Dutch in the middle of the day, and the Arab at the end.
No, that's true. Yeah, the Arabics have been coming in later.
So we have these afternoon Arabs every day, which is
Afternoon
weird.
Arabs.
Yeah, it's
They're the
really-
nicest people, though, and they're absolutely enthusiastic to be here, too.
No, but it's really, really weird. They are very rare tourists to begin with. But at the end of the day, when we have to empty the village, it's like, okay, some Vikings, some Arabs. Remove Arabs from Vikings, close village.
Oh, and they all have such nice smelling perfume. I've noticed that out of all the tourists that are wearing, those ones are always wearing perfume, and they're always. Okay, so you don't agree on the smell of the perfume?
I'm not agreeing with the nice part. It is extremely overwhelming, and I kind of.
You can't stand right next to it, though. You have to kind of stand back a little
I have
bit.
them on archery.
Oh, so then you do get to. Well, I think they smell nice. Anyway.
I noticed yesterday when I walked past them, because my lungs are still not great at the moment. I walked past and I was like,
Yeah, no, you gotta let it waft in a distance. I got to admit, though, some people, and not just them, that other people as
oh
well.
yeah,
though.
it's not, I'm not saying it's
it's
just
like
them.
walking through tax-free. Holy crap!
I
Not
know,
enough
But
coffee in the
have,
world
they
could.
have walked through at least one tax-free to get here.
Yeah.
And I don't buy the alcohol.
No, that's
So,
true. No, they buy the perfume. But they have some really good taste in
I
perfume.
came out of the office yesterday through the shop and I was like, look at me.
This one I made too. Ta-da! This was the first time I did one that isn't eating his own tail, though.
And that one probably won't be in the shop for very long. Louisa!
Yeah, no, Luis is like, oh, I saw that you did this. I put it on an Instagram story as I was doing it anyway. And then Luis says, oh, it was so great. It was so wonderful. What are you going to do with it? Well, it's going in the shop. Really? What can you do with it? Well, you could either leave it in the frame or you can take it out and sew it, applique it onto clothing. Really? So we'll see how long it lasts. But details on this one, it is a chain stitch, not the slip stitch, not split stitch, which would be more historically accurate. But we know they use the chain stitch to sew clothes together, so why not? It's a little faster and it has a very similar appearance. The split stitch would lay a little bit flatter. And then there's the stripes through there and the face, and that is done with stem stitch. So there you go. The reason I use stem stitch in his face, though, is because when I did chain stitch on there, I started to do it in chain stitch, and it was too big scale-wise. He looked, he looked like a dragon wearing chainmail. No, you would, actually, the eye and the mouth got lost.
So I just have to ask, how's my tunic coming?
Not as fast as this. Nope, I still gotta do one more snake on your tunic. But the thing is, I made a snake, different one, and I put it on in the store. So basically, they could just have it as a display of what the embroidery yarn that we have in there can be used for, the plant dye embroidery yarn.
I just realised she said that this is the first snake she's done that's not biting her tail. Untrue.
Biting its own tail.
No,
yours
mine's not
aren't.
biting its own tail.
But I'm not done. So I'm not quite wrong. No, but the thing is, then so I put the one on display there to show, this is what you can embroider with this plant dyed wool. So less than a week later, she writes, Karen, somebody wants to buy that picture. How much do you want for it? I don't know. So then I have to go and make a replacement one, and it's only been in the village for one day, and it's not even on the shelf yet.
That's two things that are very, very different with the historical Vikings and us modern Vikings. Both the business sons and the threshold for violence has gone completely to the bottom. So imagine us, but with 100 times lower threshold for violence and 100 times for business sons. Then you have proper Vikings.
There you go.
Holger's threshold for violence is probably sky high because he doesn't react to anything.
He doesn't react, he just mumbles about committing violence quite often.
Yes. Bash.
By the way, onto the whale meat. The trick is to marinate the whale meat, and it helps a lot, says Karl. Peruda says, chin up, tits out, and onward. See, I told you it's a saying. And it was actually, the 60s? England exported a rich hunk. Now, I assume you're talking about meat and not the rich hunk of a man. I don't know. That was Victoria that said that. Oliver said, sad that he can't go to the market since he's in England at the time. That frame. Oh, but Albert, you poor thing.
He exported a rich hunk. I think his name is Prince Harry.
Oh, yeah. You might be right. You're going to miss it. That's too bad that you're going to miss this one. We have 2 fighter groups already signed up, and I think 4 more in queue. So there's going to be a lot of fighting at this market compared to what we've normally had in the past. And Krauka is coming. Krauka is a band from Denmark. Actually, we're going to have the trio, because we can't go with the electric quintet. It's a Viking village, so we're going with the acoustic trio. Anyway, so they're coming too, and there's some more things coming that will be announced as we get verification. I am pretty sure that tier, the Viking ship, is going to be here as well. So when you see pictures of Gudvangen with a Viking ship out in the fjord, that is not ours. There is actually a guy who owns that as a business, and he brings it out here every once in a while for special events and sells tickets so that you can ride on the boat. And when I say ride, I'm lying. You have to row. But it is absolutely a wonderful little trip, and most likely he is going to be coming out here as well. So if you wanted to take a Viking ship out in the fjord, that's the time. Not Viking ship, but Viking boat. That's the time to show up. But it's October 6th through 9th, so we're still working out all the details, but we need more advertising.
Or is it a ship?
Is it a boat or a ship? It does have a mast.
Tira, it's a ship.
It's a ship. There you go.
Also,
I believe
it's 14 meters or longer, I think.
Yeah,
that
the
one.
limit is 14
Yeah,
meters.
no,
and
that's right,
Tira
yeah.
is considerably bigger than that, if that thing is 12.
Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. But he runs the whole show on that one. So because it's going to cost him quite a bit of money just to take it over, he has to have a crane to put it onto the
Fjord.
hangar or something, and then he loads it down into the fjord. And then there's the fuel cost of just driving it up here in itself, which has gone through the roof. So he pays, you buy the tickets, but you buy them straight from him, and he does that. So he runs it separately, but he will bring it here. So that's quite a cool thing. If you're going to sign up for the market, there is actually the Viking event created called Gudvangen Viking Market 2022. There's the group in there, but for some reason it's not showing posts. But anyway, on there you can see how that you can sign up to come to the market if you want to
You can
participate
see which
in
one
the
of
market.
us is technologically savvy and which ones of us aren't, who are just going,
I'm not really sure. No, I just got access to that page not too long ago, so working on it. But there's something wrong with the group. It won't let
don't
me.
even know
It
what
won't let me
page
change
she's
the
talking
photo.
about.
The Viking Valley Gudvangen market page.
No, it's
Yeah,
something about posts.
yeah,
they were in the Viking Age. They don't know how
isn't
to.
that a
even-
letter?
It's a Facebook thing. I don't know.
How do Facebook events work with you, Karl? Say someone was, I don't know, having a birthday in Sogndal right now, and wanted to invite you via Facebook.
Well, then they don't know me very well, do they?
Apparently, he knows you quite well. It's your cousin.
What was the last thing I put out on Facebook?
A picture that I put out. I gave you until you put it out. Yeah. You
Yeah.
updated your oh, your New Year's
updated my-
resolution.
I was going to say, wasn't
I
the new...
updated my relationship status.
He did. Actually, I updated mine and he confirmed. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm with her.
And since then, if you go through my history, it's like Karl appears in Viking Nalbinding.
Viking
Karl
Valley.
appears in Viking Nalbinding.
Yep, because
Karl
I tag
appears in
you.
Viking Nalbinding.
Wasn't there a New Year's resolution to be more active on Facebook than you had, or on social media
yes.
than it had been?
Yes.
You did
So
But I
you've broken
fulfill-
that
I
one?
fulfilled that just by writing it.
by
Because
writing
I
the
hadn't-
Happy New Year post.
I hadn't done anything on Facebook for like 4 years before.
Okay. But that means that next year you have to do two things.
Next year I will make a new resolution.
Oh, for
that has
frick's
nothing to do with Facebook.
Next year, Instagram on. Karl's on Insta. You don't even
That's very much not happening.
Nope, Karl doesn't have Instagram. Okay, what else do we have
You
here?
could set him up an Instagram page.
Is it true that when you hang wool, no moths will eat it? I didn't know that. I haven't heard of that, but I'm not going to say it's not true because all of the wool I have in the house still doesn't have any moths on it. And the one on the outside, we've had that stuff hanging out all year round.
Never seen
And the
any
wool
moths
hanging in the
near it.
house has been even longer. I haven't had any moths on that.
I'm not an expert, but I can use a little bit of common sense on this.
Yeah?
The lanolin probably protects it, because if it didn't, then moths would be eating the wool off the backs of sheep, and that would be annoying for everybody.
Yeah, but even the processed wool I have hanging in the house has been hanging up there for 4 or 5 years, some of it, and nothing.
I don't think they care if you hang it or have it in a basket.
I don't
That
know,
would
because
be
the stuff
very
I'll have at
surprised.
home, for example, if it's sitting too long in a bag
Yeah,
on the
but you are
ground.
kind of overestimating the intelligence of moths here. That it's going, this one is hanging. I'm not that hungry.
She's also over anticipating or over judging or under judging. Try again. Under judging just how much yarn she's actually got at the house. She's just probably
Look at
not
that.
discovered how many moths have gotten into one area yet.
No, I've had mice get into moths, mice get into moths. That's actually physically impossible.
Impossible? Impossible? What the
Impossible.
fuck's going on with your language skills?
No, but I do have. Okay, so never store your wool yarn in a plastic bag, at least not over a long period of time, because the plastic bag, for example, will create some sort of static electricity, and it will filter wool, or humidity gets in there, and it will filter wool.
Yes, Carl.
I just sneakily wanted to check the time.
Yeah. Oh shit, we're like way over.
Yeah,
I thought it was 53.
No.
Well, anyway, there's still people here. Anyway, thumbs up if you're still here. Oh my god, I thought it said 53. Okay, no, seriously, I
That's
will
why I was picking
order
up
the
the clock,
glasses.
'cause I was
I will
thinking.
get myself, now that I'm back in Vestby, I will get a glasses appointment. Never store your wool in a plastic bag, and they're still here, see, but anyway, with the wool in the plastic bags, if I have any moth infestation or anything in any wool, it's the ones in the plastic bag first. See, they're still here. You guys are my weekly highlights, says she likes me more than you. No, okay, so yes, Garcia's right, see you next time. Bob, my gosh, 73, and we didn't even have somebody telling a story. Feeling guilty?
No, not at all.
You
Not
need to tell
at all.
stories. So are you coming next week and telling a story now?
I have no idea yet. Talk to my planner of the week.
I would like to talk to Greg's address book in the Viking Age. Is he gonna?
I can't make a plan for next week until I have rubbed Toril, so
That would be the boss. If you're gonna rub Turl, you probably don't want to say that in front of your girlfriend.
Or online where
Ooh,
she
man.
can see it.
Okay, well, Carl's going to be back next week. He has no choice because I own his ass, and I made his hat, and he owes me. Greg will come, whether he likes it or not. He's got socks from Peruda, and she's going to need to know that the other foot didn't get a hole in it. We didn't show the other foot, by the way.
Too late.
No, but we'll be in the village next week, so we love you too, guys. I skipped breakfast to watch you. See, Anna's got commitment. All right, we'll be in the village next week too, and I promise I won't be so. Yes, I will. Okay, bye.